What's up, beautiful people, and welcome to my very first episode of the 12 Days of Christmas. Now, you already know what this is from the title of this video. Now, I do realize that it's a bit early for this sort of video. In other words, it's a video best saved for later in the month of December or early January. But honestly, once 2021 rolls around, I'm not gonna want to reflect on this mess of a year. So why not get it out of the way sooner and make way for more fun episodes? Now, full disclosure, it is October as I film this. Figured I'd save myself the stress by filming early. By the time this airs, perhaps we'll have a vaccine for corona. Or perhaps the cases would have dropped significantly. Or perhaps we'll have a new president. We don't know, which brings me neatly to the first lesson that 2020 has taught me. Planning. If there's anything 2020 has taught me, it is that tomorrow isn't promised.
Nothing's ever promised tomorrow today.
Things can change in an instant. Now, does that mean you should not plan because you're unsure of tomorrow? That wouldn't be very smart. I personally just can't function without a goal. I've done it before, not planning and seeing where life takes me, and it has landed me nowhere. It's aimless. It's always better to know what you're working towards.
A lot of people don't know their purpose. And if you don't know your purpose, your immediate goal is to figure that out. Because otherwise you're just wandering around here. So the moment you can figure out what it is you're supposed to be doing, the sooner you are able to get about the business of doing that.
It's that why power I've mentioned in this video. Have a purpose. So I still plan, but the plans are not rigid. In other words, I leave room for flexibility. Now, the second thing I've learned in 2020 sort of ties into the first lesson. Not sitting around waiting. While I think it is important to be flexible, i.e. leave room for disappointment, or not expect too much, not to be confused with being a pessimist or cynical. I've learned not to sit around waiting too. That means if I plan on doing something, rather than waiting for the perfect time, because there will never be a perfect time, I just take the first steps towards whatever it is I'm working towards. For example, let's say I wanted to buy a house, which I do in the very near future, God willing. Rather than waiting for the perfect credit score or the perfect amount in my account for a down payment, I can start browsing on Zillow, talking to people who have bought houses, talking to people who are in the market of buying and selling houses, people in charge of approving home loans, etc. Basically doing my homework. That way, when I'm ready, it'll be a lot smoother. Even though I've heard buying or building a house is a headache of an epic proportion. I have to dip my toe in the water at least. I don't even have to take a full step. And then God or the universe can meet me the rest of the way. Third lesson 2020 has taught me, not mixing business with pleasure. Unpack it however you would like. Fourth lesson, going with my first instincts or following my gut. Again, while I believe in planning and thinking things through, I have a bad habit of overthinking. So that the thing that I'm supposed to be doing, I overthink my way out of it. I've learned that once I get an idea after much reflection and prayer, that idea isn't a coincidence. It's an answer, and if I don't act on it, well, I can't blame anybody but myself. Fifth lesson, moving in silence. This one is major because whenever something good happens to me, I get so excited and I want to share. Or something good doesn't even have to happen. I could be having a conversation with someone and mention this is what I want to do. But sometimes people do not have your best interest at heart, or perhaps they feel like you sharing your good news with them is like rubbing it in your face. So I'm learning to keep my mouth shut on important matters. You'll just find out whenever it happens. And if you don't find out, that's fine too. Lesson number 6, learning to listen, even when someone is dishing out unsolicited advice. I don't have to follow that person's advice, so there's no need to be cutting them off mid-sentence or be getting upset. Seventh lesson, I've learned how to do my own makeup. I have definitely improved my beat over the last year. For those of you unfamiliar with YouTube lingo, and I'm not even sure if it's specific to YouTube or it's just a slang, but beat, B-E-A-T, means a well or skillfully made up face. So whenever you hear the phrase beat my face, it just means to put on makeup. I don't know where it came from, so don't ask me. Lesson number 8, to laugh in the face of rumors about me rather than get upset. Those people spreading rumors either don't have a life or are miserable with the one they have, hence why they engage in rumor spreading. Lesson number 9, knowing my place in people's lives. I wouldn't say I'm an expert in this area, but I'm 85% there. And that's a huge percentage. By the time I reach out to people like 3 different times to coordinate quality time with them, but you're always busy, or making some other excuses, then I already know. They are not interested in hanging out with me, or they got better things to do, or you're shy, and that's fine. But now I know, and I move the hell on. No hard feelings at all, because there are plenty of people out there who would love to hang out with me because, you know, I'm a YouTuber. I'm just kidding. They'd love to hang out with me because I'm amazing.
Ladies is pimps too, go on, brush your shoulders off.
Lesson number 10, celebrating the small wins. Let's be clear, celebrating doesn't necessarily mean buying stuff. I just mean acknowledging to myself that this thing that I have just accomplished, no matter how small, is leading me to where I'm trying to go. Because sometimes I get caught up in the big vision or the end goal that I can't even see when I'm making progress. When I hit 1,000 views on one of my videos, I was so hyped and I celebrated by going to the movies. I actually vlogged the moment that I found out that I hit 1,000 views on that video. I just got back from work and I saw that one of my videos, the Cameroon Cultures and Customs video, just hit 1K views, which is 1,000 views, and I am so hyped. Celebrate the small wins. The full video is linked down below. On to lesson number 11. I function better when I wake up early. I just do. And I mean waking up early to do my own things, not going to work. If I wake up after 9 a.m., my whole day is shot. All I'm going to feel like doing is watch YouTube all day. Whereas when I wake up at 6 or 7 a.m. on my days off, man, I'd be on fire, knocking things off my to-do list. Lesson number 12, no amount of coffee will make me function properly if I haven't slept at least 7 hours. I still drink it though because of the taste and smell, and subconsciously hoping it has a placebo effect. Lesson number 13 I've learned in 2020, and I got this from Evelyn from the internet. I honestly don't know why that lady doesn't have 1 million subscribers yet. She has made me step up my YouTube game majorly. But that lesson is, I now know exactly what I want in life, which also means I know exactly what I don't want. That's that being intentional thing I talked about in my Law of Attraction videos. Check those out. They are linked below. Lesson number 14, there is such a thing as toxic positivity. You can't be positive all the time. It's just not real life. It's social media aspirational life. One of my favorite YouTubers, Brinny Lee, has a whole video on it. It's linked down below as well. Lesson number 15, I have low tolerance for non-stimulating conversation. We all love a bit of gossip sometimes, but if that's all you're good for, please, girl, bye.
This is exhausting.
If someone talks a lot about other people to me, I'm almost certain she's talking about me to other people. That also means her life is quite boring. Why? Because if you have things that need doing, you don't have time to waste on other people's. Your brain is too busy trying to find solutions to your own problems. Lesson number 16, taking one day at a time. I like to think ahead, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but that also causes me to stress. So I'm learning to just enjoy the here and the now, be present. Lesson number 17, I got a thing for Florian Munteanu. I'm pretty sure I just butchered his last name, but he's the guy from Creed 2 who played Victor Drago.
The guns, the armor, the city, the farmer, the babies, the mama, the problems, the things we use to solve the office, the box, Brooklyn, Harlem. Somebody stop, please. Somebody come and get me.
While everyone was swooning over Michael B. Jordan, I was busy salivating over Florian. Someone pour me a glass of cold water because the thirst is real out here.
You heard me?
It's getting hot in here. Lesson number 18. It is hard not to sometimes judge people for the decisions they make, but I have to keep reminding myself that everyone wants different things. We don't all want to be on YouTube or a writer or fill in the blank. Lesson number 19. One of my friends / co-workers told me this one. Do what I have to do in the here and now in order to do what I want to do in the near future. Thank you for that one. I would call her name on here, but I'm not entirely sure if she would like that. And finally, the 20th and last lesson for this year. And I think my mom told me this one. Don't wait to do tomorrow what can be done today. And this one is still a work in progress. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section what 2020 has taught you. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you tomorrow for the second video of the 12 Days of Christmas. Bye now.